Hey, it's Ashley and I'm back with another haircut tutorial. Today we're going to be doing a #1 fade, blend it to the top with a beard trim. First, I'm going to start by checking out my client's hair and making sure that everything is looking good. And I'm going to just make sure I'm checking out the beard, brushing that a little bit before going in with my #1 guard and starting my fade. So I'm going to keep this #1 guard a little bit lower than the parietal ridge just so I can have some room to fade up. His hair is pretty short and he does come in often, so I try not to cut too much off of it all the time because then there really wouldn't be much to fade in, right? So we're going to leave a little bit more length on the parietal ridge, so I will fade that together after I run my #1 all over, going towards the back of the head, making sure that I am dipping just a little bit with the occipital bone and going in to just double check that my #1 guard is cleaning up all of the hair, leaving no stragglers behind. And after I do the other side, just like I did this side, I am going to swing back around, making sure that I am just, getting all of those hairs and kind of dipping in that one so I can start to fade it. I opened up my guard and I am now going in with a 1.5, my #1 guard opened, and I am just taking it a 1/2 inch above where I started with my fade. So now I'm kind of more on my parietal ridge and on the occipital bone, and I'm just fading that all the way back around. And from there, I am going to grab my 1.5 guard closed, and I'm going to fade it from where I left off with the 1.5 open. I am just going to start at the temple and fade onto the parietal ridge. Now, once you're on the parietal ridge with this 1.5, you're going to want to start to square off your haircut so that you are not cutting into the client's hair. You really want to keep your clippers parallel with the head, just making sure that you are riding out on the occipital bone and on the parietal ridge and not really digging the clippers in. So you can see I'm kind of keeping a very square fade as I am not going in with the tip of my clippers. I am just kind of like rocking back and forth on the parietal ridge, letting it fade me. And then I'm going to open up my clipper guard and make that 1.5 opened and just going back in. And as you can see, I'm really rocking out on my guard itself. This 1.5 is great for having that fade technique a little bit closer than that 2 can get you, but it just is such a nice guard to use in between your 1 and your 2 guard. This lets me go back in with my #2 guard and just really smoothly fade everything together. So after I do all of my clipper work, sometimes I don't go in with my #2 guard just because my 1.5 open I can fade into, but I'm going to go in and take my trimmers next because I want to make sure that I am doing all of my dry work first before I go in and start wetting the top of the hair. So I'm going to start this beard trim by taking everything and pulling it out towards the ear, very squared up, and just cutting all of that loose straggler hairs off of the beard. After that, I'm going to go around the client's ear, taking that corner of my trimmers and just making sure I'm using some teeth, being very light-handed. I am not putting a lot of pressure on this area because the client's skin is a little bit softer there and it could cut them because my detailers are pretty sharp. So after that, I'm going to just follow the ear and go down and start trimming around that neck. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm pulling that hair from the ear out and just squaring it off. From there, I am going to go in and clean up the tops of the beard, just following from his natural hairline, and then going back in and cleaning up that cheek really well. So after that, I would like to go in and clean up the eyebrows, make sure everything looks nice and tidy. So to clean up the eyebrows, I'm just going to take my comb and lightly pull the hair and take any stragglers. I'm really not digging deep on the eyebrows. I want to make sure I'm being very gentle so that we are not cutting all of my client's eyebrows off. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I try to, make sure I go back and forth on each side so that I don't forget where I'm at. So I'm going to go back in, clean up the top of this eyebrow. And as you can see, I am just going in and lightly dusting off any longer hairs. And then I'm going to go from the hairline and we're going to clean up the top of the beard. So as you can see, I'm starting at this corner and meeting the hairline so that we can go in and clean up anything that doesn't belong. So I'm going to take this mustache down just a little bit by taking the corners of my clipper and trimming up on top of his natural line, and then kind of the same concept as the eyebrows with this mustache and my comb, but I want to make sure that I'm getting this a little bit tighter. I really want to make sure I'm cutting all the hairs very consecutive. A lot of people like their mustaches to be quite shorter than their beards itself, and some people can even go in and really trim down their mustache with a 1.5 and be pretty satisfied with it. So I'm just going in and making sure I'm getting right on top of the lip. I definitely don't want to cut too much of it. And then for this bottom lip piece, I'm going to just go in and naturally enhance where it kind of tapers off itself. So for the bottom of the neck, I'm going to just brush out my client's beard and then go in with my trimmers and start cleaning up where I see that he naturally lines himself up at home. And then I'm going to take my comb and kind of pull any hairs out that are kind of out of place and don't belong. So after that, I'm going to scoop under the beard and really pull those hairs towards me and make sure that everything's even. If they're not even, I'm going to just kind of cut them evenly, kind of like a clipper over comb motion, just with your trimmers. So I can tell that this needed to be a little bit tighter, so I'm going to make those adjustments with my opinion as a barber, and then just going in at more of an angle towards the beard and the ear area and making sure that I'm cleaning that up. So you'll be able to see it a little bit more detailed right here. I'm going in, and as you can see, I didn't want to go down with the hair that grew upwards, so I definitely came from the downward area and just then came back and cleaned it up tighter. You don't want to just go in there when the hair is super long. You definitely want to go with the hair growth and then against it. So I'm just going to meet from where I was over there and line this area up. And as you can see, it was a little bit lighter right there. So I'm going to just make some adjustments, meet everything together, and then take it and blend it all in. So this is just taking some weight off without necessarily taking off too much of the beard. And then I'm going to like to look at my client when he is facing straight. I really don't like to trim the beard when the client's head's all the way up because no one is actually looking at them in that position. We kind of all more look at someone in a forward area. And so you can see this is going to match with the length that I took off earlier. And there you have a beard trim. From there, I am going to wet my client's hair and start working on my scissor cut. So I'm just going to make sure everything is saturated so that we can get a true cut. Depending on the client's hair, I'll cut more wet or dry. It's just a preference, but for this client, he does have a thicker texture, so I will want him to have a little bit more water in his hair. And if your client's having trouble holding any water in their hair, make sure you're using like a lotion or a cream so that the water can sit into the hair a little bit better. So as you can see, I'm just blending everything from that number 1 guard into the top. We left off here with a 1.5 opened, and I am just going in and making sure I am rounding off where we squared him up at. So you can kind of see this area a little bit better, and how much our shape is going to depend on us going in with our scissor over comb and meeting that 1.5 on an angle and kind of rounding out my client's head shape with his haircut. The texture of his hair is very straight, and so it will stick out, and you really have to cut this kind of haircut based on how the hair is going to look sticking straight out. So I am just going in and making my haircut. I am taking that longer hair and pulling it down to meet where I want to round off at the crown. and then going in and just cross-checking that area. So after I do that, I'm going to connect with my hands and my scissors, just cutting off the corners and making sure that I am trimming the top a little bit. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm just going in and making sure that I'm matching everything with what I have previously cut and blended in. And as you can see here, his head shape looks really nice and his haircut is very smooth to blend in with everything. So I'm just going to go back in and make sure that I'm checking for any stragglers, and then moving on to the other side, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to start blending from that 1.5 guard into our top of the head. We left off with going for more of a square shape, so we're going to come in and round off those corners. Now that our sides are blended in, I am going to cut the top of my client's hair. He does push his hair over to the side and up, so I am going to cut the hair standing up rather than cutting the hair on his forehead, because he will never wear it that way. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut in my mohawk, trimming off about 1/2 inch on top. And then I'm going to go in and double check that mohawk and go through the entire haircut and just kind of blend it in with the top. So I'm going in and cutting off about 1/4 inch on the top to make sure that we are cutting everything down to match our mohawk guide that we have created. And we matched our mohawk guide whenever we went in and cut to the back of the haircut, which we've already cut. And this is going to give us a really nice blend once we finish up. So now I've cut one side. I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut the other side to match that mohawk sectioning. So I'm going in, grabbing my section, and then cutting towards my mohawk, making sure that we're keeping everything pretty even. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to trim that top. And then I'm going to grab another section and blend into my mohawk. So you can see that corner pretty well. And this is what we are cutting off so that we can have the entire top to sit pretty square, so that my client can go ahead and push everything up and over, and it's really smooth. So I'm going to go in and just take off any corners that are left over and double check, making sure that we're leaving some roundness since his hair is so straight. After I do that, I'm going to go in and cross-check what I have already cut on top, making sure that all of these sections are really even. So as you can see, I'm just picking up parallel to what I previously cut to meet that mohawk, and I am just blending everything nice and together. I think everything looks really good. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to just simply style my client's hair and push everything up and over with my blow dryer in my hands. There's my haircut. Thanks so much, guys.